Well, hello there, guys. I'm back here after the videos of the fifth film project, which I'm very happy about, actually. And there might be some more things in the future that come to that project, so I will make a video whenever something is added there, if it is. But today I wanted to make a different video about some side questing I've been having so far. I am working currently in the Gondor army that I'm building up, some ruins, other stuff, but I wanted to make a video about recycling related with the hobby. In this case, about the usage of sprues. Because, I mean, with all the miniatures we get and stuff, at the end of the day, we end up having a lot of these left over. And I remember when I was younger that I would just throw them away. I tried to make things a couple times, but I didn't really feel that I could do much. And I remember starting watching videos a couple months ago about people making tanks and scenery and stuff. And I was like, I mean, I can give it a try, right? And the first thing that came to mind was I never had a Gondor Trebuchet before when I was younger. And I said, hey, why don't I try to make one, since the pieces are, I think that it could be done. And I started working on these things with wooden pieces and sprue pieces. This one I haven't finished yet because I'm still working on it. I haven't been with it in a little while. I want to make it in a shooting action if it's possible. So I'm working on it. But this one, I finished it up and I painted him. And I mean, I'm very happy with it. The scale and the size works very good. I even added this the device for shooting. And I mean, it might not be as detailed as the original, but I am very happy. It's the same dimensions. And since I was gonna make two of them, one of them I didn't finish, the other one I did. I also made them some crew members for using them. So I made 6 crew members. All of these guys, I made them using leftover pieces of the Perry Miniatures boxes that I've talked about in the last videos. So I just gave them some swords and some free weapons, some free hands. So this one is basically just ordering to shoot. These guys, I gave them, I showed them already, but so I explained, I gave them these pieces of bottom of two-handed axes and stuff that the kit had. So it looks like they have like a lever that they pull and activate the mechanism. I don't know, but I think they look good. And I painted them in this kind of Gondor-ish scheme. So once they are done, I will have 2 trebuchets with the crew to shoot it, which is great. And that is the first thing I did to recycle sprues. This Gondor Trebuchet here, that I am very happy about. I could make a video about how to make it if people was interested, because I've seen videos of people making these out of MDF and stuff, and that's great. But this is straight out recycling something that otherwise we will get rid of. So for me, at least, it's interesting, and I like that it's it has character. Trebuchets in medieval time, they were not transported; they were built in place with whatever was at hand. So it makes sense for me that the wood is rough and is not perfect, or I don't know. It makes it feel a bit more realistic for me, and I don't know. I'm happy. It's very light, easy to transport. It doesn't take a lot of space. I like it. Which leads me to the second thing I did with sprues, that was to try for the first time ever for me, I showed it already in another video, this sprue goo, which I only bought acetone in the supermarket and then threw them in there, and I was pretty amazed with them. First thing I tried to do was to make some bases for something I'm going to show you now, but these bases didn't turn out very well because you see the edges, they get pretty rough and they don't get as flat as you need them. So I ended up repurposing them for my dry brush palette, so I can use the rust surface in here to remove the paint from the dry brush, and I'm happy. It's useful. They're solid enough, so I keep them with me in my painting station. But yeah, I was making vases of to something else. In the Comic-Con in Stockholm in November, I found the Battle of Osgiliath box set that I know that the rule books are outdated and stuff, but I thought that the miniatures coming inside were pretty cool. I love the ruins of Minas Tirith, which I'm building, of Osgiliath, sorry. You can see here an example. I didn't follow the instructions, but I'm building this up. I have 3 buildings made, and I'm making others with foam that I recycled from another. You see here, this one is the only one I have painted. That's why I show you this one. It was this one was the experiment on seeing how it would turn out with foam that I recycled from a package. I have some more sheets stored somewhere. So I'm making some scenery and stuff out of recycling things. And since I picked up this Battle of Osgiliath box, it came with the with the sprue of the Troll of Mordor. This one I just finished painting now. I haven't based him properly. By the time I show you the shots of the troll, I'm gonna have it based, hopefully, because I just finished now doing layers and details and stuff, and I'm very happy about it. Like, I like how they turned out. And I say they because this one is one of the ones I got. The sprue that the Battle of Osgiliath box has allows you to build 1 troll that has this body, and then you have 6 arms and 3 heads. So basically, I thought, what if I tried to dupe the body and make 3 trolls for the price of 1? And that's where the sprue glue came in, because I made some blue stuff molds, pressing each half of the original troll body, and I don't have footage of this. It would have been great if I would have recorded it, but I didn't know I was going to make videos of this, so I don't have it. But what I did basically was to make 2 molds, one of the front part, one of the back part, filled it up with sprue glue, left it to cure and to dry out for like, I don't know if it was 10 days. It took a long time because it was very thick. And it led me to have this now. So as you can see here, I got a full new Mordor troll that, if you really pay attention, you can tell that the leg is thicker, the body is a bit thicker. This part I sculpted myself, this cloth. The belt I also sculpted myself. And these details up here. But once I added the original pieces, primed it and painted, I am very happy with it. I could make a full tutorial on how to do this, like with visuals, because it wasn't nearly as hard as I thought it would be. The only thing that was a bit hard was once I removed the pieces, I had to clean up a lot of the excess in the inside. It was very hard to calculate how much you had to put in there, and then the pieces wouldn't fit perfectly, so I had to remove and carve and you know, smooth the pieces out until I could fit them, and then I sculpted a little bit in between so I could fill up the gaps. This one, since I knew that this original one was gonna be the crispier detail one, I said, you are gonna stay without armor, you're gonna be the drummer, so we can actually see all the details in the body. These ones I used the armor to cover imperfections and to cover the lack of detail, so I added this instead. This helmet that I like a lot, in a very striking pose. And then this is the shield that comes in the pack that I split in half, and I used it as extra plate of armor. Half of it is here, half of it is in the third troll. So this is the second I made, which I'm very happy about. I don't know what you guys think, but besides the case, the fact that, of course, you can see if you pay attention that one is thicker than the other, like, but I don't think it's a mistake on its own, because it gives it character that they're not carbon copies of each other. And leads me to the third troll, which I did exactly with the same technique. I put the other part of shield here, another arm going down. This head is interesting because it's the Isengard troll head, and I removed the top so these pointy things remain there on the side of the head, and I stick the point of a blade of a sword that I had from the Perry miniatures in there to give it like a, I don't know, Witch King look, kind of like Morgul, I don't know. This armor plate that comes in the box. And here, as you can see, he's squeezing a victim, which I made. Yeah, he's suffering a bit there. You'll see it better in the shots. But with this guy, what I did was to... I wish I could show you the box. I have it inside of 5 boxes. Yeah, I can actually show. Wait. No, I cannot. I thought it was on the top of the box, but it's not. So what I did was to buy in Temu. I bought some things, among it this kit with tools, with scalpels and stuff that is actually working very well, and I paid like 80 crowns for this, which I actually got for free in the end, but that's a long story. It's how Temu works. What I did basically was to get a bag of soldiers that they sell in there. I think it was like 25 Swedish crowns for 50 soldiers that are around 25 millimeters. I wasn't very sure about the scale, and when they came they were a bit too small. But what I did with this guy was to basically remove the head. I don't know what fell. Remove the head, the arms, and I removed the legs because it's what gave it a smaller scale. And instead I did it so that somebody would have chopped his legs off or something. I don't know, he's suffering. And then I added some Perry miniature leftover pieces, which actually makes it feel the right scale, because even though the torso is a bit smaller than in the normal models, it doesn't look off, you know? So I added him as a victim that is being squished in there. This guy has a very threatening pose and face. So I don't know, I'm very happy. And this one is not as thick as the second one troll I show you, because this is the first body I made. This one I used less goo to make the casting, and I actually had to remove much less, which was much, much easier. And the sculpting in between was super simple. So now, for the price of one, I have 3 trolls, which I showed you in the shots of them, so you can see them more in detail. As I said, I'm gonna base them now, and hopefully you can see the work that was put in there. Which leads me to the last thing that I have been doing exactly this week with Sprue Goo. Because I have an Aragorn for my Gondor army that I have made with a proxy from Etsy. From this store here, Twilight Conflict Workshop, TCW. They're located in Portugal, if I'm not mistaken, and I got a proxy of Aragorn Elessar, and I painted him like actual Aragorn Elessar, and you know this black cloak that has the red insides. I love it. I love the color design. I love the design, but I felt that I wanted to have a unit that could go along with them from the Gondor army, that is not just Minas Tirith warriors, and that they fit the color scheme like we are going to be with the king. So I had 12 Minas Tirith warriors laying around, and I decided to try and recast some Rohan cloaks to make capes for my Minas Tirith warriors using Sprue Goo. What I did basically was the same thing. I took the cloak, I pasted it, I pushed it into the mold, into the blue stuff, and then I filled it up with Sprue Goo with a very thin layer, so it would pick the detail and it was easy to remove and to apply. When it came to put them in place, as you can see here, what happened was that the joint wasn't perfect, of course. So I removed pieces because the scale between these guys and the new Rohan warriors is a bit off. And so what I did is to adjust it to the size, paste it in position, and then filled up the gaps with more Sprue Goo and painted it with this glue that basically melts the plastic, so it will smooth out the whole thing. I have some of these warriors that I haven't finished, so if you guys want to, I could make some shots about how the whole process is, because it's at the end of the day, I think that you have to trust the process and wait for it to work and to look good. It's like these trolls. They didn't look particularly great when I was making the pieces and stuff, but once I put them together, primed them and started painting, it really changed how they looked. And I mean, at the end of the day, I'm making them for free. These guys, as you can see, I'm pulling all of the ones that actually have a cloak already. So I basically blended it with more sprue goo with the plastic glue that melts it. And now that it's hardened, it feels exactly the same thickness and strength as the plastic of the miniatures, which is great because I feel that I have done it before with green stuff, and the green stuff ones, at least for me, they don't feel as sturdy and strong. So you can see here, this is the last one I've made so far. I have 4 of them that are left. If I see that people is interested, maybe I pull up a video of tutorial of how to do this, because I'm very happy about how they turned out. I know I put it on Reddit. I put a post about that I was working on this, and I got a response of it's not worth it, it's a lot of work, and you should just use green stuff and stuff. And I was like, yeah, of course, yeah, it's a lot of work. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to do something that it requires not buying more stuff. Do I have green stuff? Yes. Do I have enough green stuff for all of these guys? No. And actually, this has been very easy to work with. Green stuff, you have to let it cure a little, then sculpt it, then, you have to be extremely careful. It's not as forgiving. These guys, I've got a few cloaks that didn't turn out well. I just didn't use them. I have a lot more this to use, and it's for free. And I have a box full of sprues. The whole Battle of Osgiliath box is full of sprues that I haven't used yet. So for me, this is a no cost thing, as long as I keep having acetone. And when I have acetone, I spend like €2 and I have it. So I don't know. I'm happy with how they turn out. I don't know when I'm gonna paint these guys, but I probably just put a shot of them unpainted and show them to you once they're painted with the Gondor project videos when I pull them out. But I just wanted to make this quick video about this process of trying to reuse things. So you can see here, like, I'm super proud of the trolls. I think they look great, which also, like, I'm starting this Mordor army. I have put it all together from the Battle of Osgiliath box. And I'm very happy with them, with Gothmog and stuff. I haven't started painting them, but I will eventually. So, yeah. I'm gonna leave you, as I said. I will put some shots of everything that I've made, that I've talked about in this video. And yeah, let me know if you would like to see the process more in detail, even if it's the trebuchet, the trolls, the cloaks, whatever it is. And I can make a video of it because I thought it was interesting, and I'm making things that I haven't seen people making videos about. Maybe it is for a reason, but for me it's experimenting and it's fun. So yeah, let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna finish basing these dudes now, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.